This is the interior tour and some of the upgrades I made to my fifth wheel. It's a Prime Time Crusader 39BHL. And back in the back over here is the BHL, which is Bunkhouse Loft. So I'm just going to kind of walk through, not necessarily a tour, but just some of the upgrades, because there's much better videos of tours of this specific model online. So right now I'm standing as I'm walking in through the front door, and all of the controls are in here. Takes up a little bit of the cabinet space, but that's okay. So I'll walk back to the bedroom first, and back here it's a king size. We actually upgraded to the Dynasty mattress, much better than the stock bed that came with it. Highly recommend the upgrade for that. So we have a little TV in here. It's got all the cable and plug outlets up right above it. I don't like the wires hanging, but I'll probably just drill a hole in the back down here so it just pops straight up and goes behind everything. There's some stuff still moved around a little, not in its final place. Right here is part of my router. I have a mesh system. It's the Google mesh system, and I have 2 of the 3 pods that I had in my house here. I don't think I need 2, but I wanted to get as much coverage as I could. So as you know, travel trailer, you need some sort of fans. Even though we have 2 air conditioners, this one is the air conditioner in our master bedroom, and it does have one vent that comes from the regular AC, but one vent doesn't necessarily do it. We can actually, I turn this up during the day, let it run, have some fans blowing some of the cold air out into the main room, and that definitely helps. Bathroom, nothing done here, except I will say we did get the Max Air fan installed in here, and it works perfect. When you open this, fan automatically kicks in, sucks all the hot air out, especially when you're taking a shower, and then when you close it back down, turns off. So again, I'm not giving a full tour, just some of the upgrades we did. Here's another fan. So when the fan in the bedroom's blowing the cold air, this grabs some of that cold air, blows it in. Plenty of storage in here. You know, we have storage down there, storage up here, pantry. Living room. The options we ended up with are the 2-seater and then 2 individual chairs. This table does not move. I think I was cut off, but this table does not move. It's just got braces holding it in, so this does not turn into a bed. This opens up for storage. We got games and stuff in there. These 2 chairs, there's a little bit of storage in there, but I'm not sure if it's even worth storage, but it comes with it. We have a nice space here that right beside the chair, so you can actually slide these chairs out. Plenty of room though. It's not cramped at all. We have the 2-seater, 2 recliners with the center console. Got a little storage in there. These light up. Not sure why they light up. It's not like they don't light up very bright, so not really sure what it does. Okay, my highlight of the options, in my opinion, are these blinds. It's got a little handle. Slowly moved it up, and as you can see, you can set it to kind of halfway where some sun comes in. You can push it all the way up. They're nice and smooth. So you can really set the amount of light that's coming in, or you can just do that and close it all the way so you're not really getting any light. Here's one that's pushed all the way up. But to me, those are fantastic. There's no mechanism, so it's got slight tension on it. So you just push up slowly, pull down slowly. They work fantastic. We got them on all 4 of the big windows. One of the other options, well, I'll get to that in a second. This sound bar, Furion, it's garbage. The only thing it's good for is it plays the outside speakers as well. So I'm looking into probably replacing this, because using it for an internal speaker for this TV, for kind of a surround sound, it's not any louder than the TV is, so it's not very useful at all. So I do not recommend purchasing this. I guess there's a reason that it's only like 140 or 150 bucks. TV is a Volva. Never heard of it, but it does what it's supposed to do, and the picture's fine. It does come with a swing out arm, and as you can see, there's kind of a jumble of wires. It's not as bad as it looks, actually, because it is taped up and none of them hang down. We have our Apple TV, and this little spider looking thing in the back is our cellular router. That's all I did. Was it's velcroed on there, so it's just sticky tape on both sides and then velcroed on, so I can pull it off and do what I need to do. I have T-Mobile. I get 100 gigs for I think $50 a month. I'm not sure if they have that plan anymore, but that's what I use for internet. It does pretty good. I'd like to hook it up to my Winegard antenna, but the wire connections are different, so I'm looking for an alternative, but to figure that out, because I'm sure there's wire connections that go from these antennas to the Winegard that I have. So that is where I have my other Google router plugged into. I'm not sure if you can see in there. It's just plugged into one of the LAN ports. And so all of my internet actually comes from here. This is putting out a signal as well, because it's a modem and a router, but I choose to route my internet through here because everything I have plugged in is already plugged into there. For instance, my cameras, plugged them all around, inside and out, and they all work because this is where we had at the house. The Apple TV works. If I open up my laptop, it works because everything runs off of this. And I just have this locked with a passcode, so no one gets on it and no one goes straight to the router. I don't really think I get any interference back here. I thought that was going to be an issue, but I get the same speeds. I tried it in different areas around in the camper, and I get the same speeds everywhere, so I don't think I'm getting any interference that's slowing anything down. So that's my internet setup. Again, it's a cellular router. I think that one is a Kufi, Kuwfi. Just got it off Amazon, but it seems to work well for me. I get, I think, around 20 gigs up or 20 megabytes up, 6 down, something to that effect, and that's plenty to run for what we do. I don't do any type of video editing other than these videos, and I can do that elsewhere. One of the other upgrades that I did to this panel is I went and got a power strip and I screwed it to the top, and that way everything's up and out of the way. Before, all of the wires were kind of hanging off here and in the way, and didn't like that, so mounted a power strip up there. I didn't want to have everything plugged in directly to there. I wanted some sort of power strip, so that works good for me. So we'll push the TV back. And once it focuses, I don't know if you can really tell, but really that's all you can see is the Apple the router, and you can see a little bit of wires, but it's not bad. Because I have the plugs up in the top, it takes a lot of that slack out. So that's one of the big upgrades, is actually getting Wi-Fi. I know that's a big deal in a lot of these campers. I wanted to talk about the fridge as well. We have a Norcold, and I don't know which one it is. I want to say it's like a 1520 or a 1250, something to that effect. So you can set the modes here to turn it on gas or electric. I want to say we have it on 6 or 7 out of 9, and if we move over here, you can see the temperatures. The top temperature is the refrigerator, the bottom is the freezer. So ours gets pretty cool. Right now it's just electricity that we're running it off of. It has been plugged in for several days, but we've had the same temperature the whole time. The 83 is just the indoor temperature. It's kind of warm here in Florida. One of the other options that we put in here, we plug this. It's getting hot. Again, summertime in Florida, gets warm, and there was a lot of heat coming in from there. We also got the shield to go on the front door here to block some of that heat. We can take it down when we get home, but during the day it's there. This is the Bunkhouse Loft. As you can see, there's the loft. It's got some stairs that pull out. A lot of stuff on the bed, but it's a full-size bed. This is also one where we upgraded, and it doesn't have the name. It's a different one. This one is a Zinus or Zinus, I'm not sure, Z-I-N-U-S. But we got the full, and it fits in there pretty well. Much better, much more comfortable bed. It's got some storage over here, some plugs down there. The loft is fairly large, plenty of room to sleep. It's actually a bigger area than the bed is, so technically it's a bigger bed, larger bed up there. It does have some cabinets right under that light, kind of hard to see, but there's a couple cabinets there for storage. And also you can see in this one, we plugged it because there was a lot of heat coming in. In this one we have a second bath, actually half bath. So this is a 1.5 bath. It really is a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath camper, and that's why we opted for this one. Again, it's the door to go outside. So I'll close that. So we chose this one specifically because of this back room. We have a teenager, and as you know, teenagers want space. So we got the second bedroom with the half bath, as opposed to a lot of them that had the second couch. Because the bedrooms, a lot of them were the center bunkhouse or mid bunkhouse, and it was just a much smaller room. It would suffice if you have maybe 2 smaller kids, but having a teenager, we need the extra space, and this ended up perfect for us. We have the fireplace, we have an island. So again, not going through the whole thing, I just wanted to kind of say the highlights, but I highly recommend these shades. Let as much or little light as you want coming in. Very easy to use. There's no spring loaded or anything. Second bedroom was a big deal. I have my cellular router up here. That is my routers that I brought from the house are plugged into, so I have one there, one in the bedroom in the back. I probably only need one, but I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of signal when we're sitting outside doing stuff. So Again, this is the Prime Time Crusader 39BHL, and so far very happy with it. I will say the air conditioner, this is a quiet, whisper quiet, I believe, air conditioner, and it's been on the whole time, and it is very quiet compared to the travel trailer we had previously, where it was just blowing straight down and it seemed to be always on. This is on just as much, but it's very quiet. One other thing I found interesting, in this whole living room, by far the biggest room in the house, living room, kitchen, dining, you have one vent. It'll get cool in here, but for instance, looking in here, let me flip the light on. This is our kids' bedroom. Vent, and then the bathroom has a vent. So there's 3 vents in this little area, whereas there's only 1 vent in here. Like I said, I'm not sure I understand the logic on that. Maybe they couldn't run it up through there, but I will say that is a little bit of a problem. It's part of the reason we have the fans and we run the bedroom AC. So anyway, that's some of my upgrades and a quick interior tour of my Prime Time Crusader.